Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Doing Casuals. I'm joined once again by Ryan.
Hi, I'm Dave.
No, you're Ryan. I'm pretty sure you're not an internet rapper who got a TV show.
Wish I was, but I keep asking them and they keep turning me down.
That's what the Fox about that. They give anyone TV shows these days. So the game you see on stream is game you may have seen me stream before play is Astronarch. Astronarch is a party or about a roguelite game with classes that have different abilities. And Ryan, have you ever seen Astronarch before or played it?
Never played it, and I've never seen footage of it. This is the first I've heard of it.
Awesome. Have you played Slay the Spire?
I have not, actually. It's on my list to play, but it's not something I've played yet.
Well, they're both roguelikes in the sense they have similar system mechanics, where their mechanics are based on obviously you beat the game, you'll unlock something called corruption. Corruption is the true difficulty of the game, where I guess one true hard difficulty of the game where it just scales in difficulty each time. See, at level 5, the boss has more HP. At level 1, no more enemies have more HP. So as the difficulties slide up, the more and more things happen. So the bosses, no enemies more HP. I have no money when I start. Etc. Yeah.
This could be like directly compared to the heat levels in Hades.
Something like that. But the difference is that in Hades, which is a roguelike, you have choices, and when you die, you buy more abilities. In this game, when you die, you lose everything, and even the EXP when the character may gain when you get a run. Leveling them up and winning is the only way to truly gain power-ups. So, I'm going to put this in your hands. You see all the characters except for the one I did not unlock yet, which may be soon. Which characters you want to see this run go with, and I can probably give you the advantages, disadvantages of picking them.
Vivi from Final Fantasy on that table with the yellow hat. Definitely take Vivi.
The Frostmaster. So the Frostmaster has every class in this game with two abilities: passive and active. Passive abilities they do act on their own or just happens. So basically, Eevee or the Frostmasters passive abilities that your attacks and attacks that come against them apply frost. Frost reduces enemy speed, and it only stacks with 10. Now the active ability, when they cast, does 100% damage, as you can read there, and it stuns them, essentially.
Right.
So we're going to put Eevee right here. Boom. Hey, okay. Alright,
let's go for the knight.
Which knight?
Oh, the one on the table closest to the left.
The
two knights.
Paladin.
The Paladin.
That is a good choice. Paladin has attacks that does AoE damage, and they shield themselves and others in battle. So that's a good choice.
Final heal. The guy with the dog.
You want the hunter as DPS? Okay. The hunter can summon two animals.
Can you choose the dog specifically, or?
Nope, it's random summon.
Right.
They summon an enemy randomly, and they have AoE attack. So this is it. All right, here we go. So, are you aware of the differences between certain type of games, like how I'm specifically saying a roguelite and a roguelike?
Vaguely, I know that a roguelike is something that's completely random. So I don't know if this is the example that comes to mind, and I don't know if it's accurate. But Binding of Isaac comes to mind as a roguelike rather than a roguelite. Whereas a roguelite is something like Hades that you change there's still choices to be made and choices carry over between ones.
Right. So the actual definition for it is the way to look about it is that the best way to describe it is that a roguelike is different. It's pretty much that the game upgrades over time for you, gain abilities, and these abilities can help you. But by essentially losing, you're getting better at the game because the game is giving you more abilities to be stronger at it. While a roguelite, roguelites are shorter games that are winnable because the base mechanics just work. So it's much more random. There's less power grades or upgrades that make you stronger.
So what would you describe Returnal as?
Returnal is a roguelite. I like Returnal is wait, is that the game where you? I'm sorry, I saw Keith play it, and you're the space woman in space. Every time you die, you
Yeah,
relive in the
you're
same
in
day over.
space. Every time you die, you wake up back at your
Yeah,
ship.
no, it's a roguelite because the game, even though it's longer, it can be beaten, and all the upgrades you get are just mechanics. It's not like you get like better guns or better drops. It's randomized every time. So Binding of Isaac will be considered a roguelite. A roguelike is a game you just mentioned before, Hades, where dying you gain a resource to gain power-ups, and those power-ups can assist you. Some roguelites where the power-ups are just excuse my language, fucking meaningless, and that's no power to it. And I hate those type of games. So there's no point.
But when I play games like this, my main goal is to get to the point where I can break the game. It's why I've got so many hours in Binding of Isaac.
Yeah, and Binding of Isaac. Yeah, but that's just very dice rolling in certain categories.
It's completely based on RNG. Like it's insane. You could lose a road 2 floors in because you pick up a bad item.
Basically, yeah, and it's less based on player skill. And that's a very different thing. This game, there's some choice in skill, but everything else by the enemies is random. But it's all your choice, similar to Slay the Spire. Like it's
Well, is this a choice here on screen?
Yeah, like right now, I already know the lore. The story's going to skip that. Now we have a choice of a power up. You gain a power up every, I would say, every dungeon, every area. So the power up choices you can choose now. Do you want more max HP? Do you want more defense? Do you want more attack, or you reduce the active ability cost?
Let's go with. I think we should go with defense, just because I mean, I just don't trust my luck.
All right, cool. So let's go. All right, and here we go. The path. You want to go through the forest, the ruins, or the cave?
So does each area come with its own enemies?
Different enemies each time you choose. Yep.
Let's go for the cave.
All right, here we go. The cave. Chilling in the cave. And here's the auto battle. Here we go. This is the more fun part of the game, at least in my opinion, because that's about it. You can look at the stats you're doing. We're hitting burn. We got bleed, we got frost, and we got burning.
What is the thing we're fighting right now, though?
A worm. And it's
big worm.
And it's dead. And we get loot, so you can choose loot. Now, these are loot choices you have. I generally try to choose loot of the biggest rarity. As you may know, because you play Hades, rarity is a thing. There's common, rare, epic, heroic, and legendary. In most cases, you're aware the higher legendary, most of the time, it's better in quality, right?
Yep. Most of the time, you want the higher rarity because it'll give you more power or whatever it's trying to do.
Yeah. So the rarity of this weapon gives you MP and defense, which is 2 stats, because every character has their own stats. You can see here, boom, 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 boom. And this one has an ability that for every 5 seconds, you remove a random burn effect from allies and gain shields from it. So if the enemy inflicts burn on any of our characters, whoever has it will remove burn off them for every 5 seconds and gain a shield. Shield is a little white bar you saw above the paladin that protects it from damage over time. Also, this game also does something cool where you can track damage of, what everything's doing. This little heart here is morale. Every time a character gets knocked down in battle, you lose morale. When you have 0 morale, you lose the game. So I'm going to go for the rarest rarity and give it to the Paladin, because it gives MP and defense. And because Paladin's tank, you want to be the tank. So
I've just noticed that the ruins are now faded out. Because we went to the bottom tier, does that mean we cannot go to the top tier anymore?
Actually, you can. See? We can go to the far...
Up.
Mm-hmm.
So there's gaps. There's gaps in this map. What does that mean? Like, if there's a gap where a tile should be, can we go into the gap, or do we have to go round the gap?
No, what it means is that if there's a gap there, that means if I choose here, I have to take this fight. I don't jump here.
Right.
Because look, it's movement 1, 2, 3, 4. So if I'm here, my third choice would be between a battle or a cloak or an event room.
Right, that makes sense. So we want to go to the forest right now.
That's correct. You would like to go. It doesn't really tend to matter, but you get more choices. Choices matter.
Right.
So now we're in the forest.
How long does a run of this tend to last for?
A decent run for me lasts between 30 to 45 minutes. I had a run that lasted an hour before, only because I took a break.
Right.
And this character.
What are your favorite roguelites and roguelikes?
So my favorite roguelite games I enjoy, I do love Slay the Spire. I like Astronarch currently. There is a roguelite game coming out soon that I'm looking forward to, which is it's a demo of it. It's actually a beat 'em up roguelite called Tunche. I'm looking forward to whenever that releases. And that's most of my favorite my favorite roguelikes right now is I already beat Hades to death. I do like, let's see, roguelikes adventures. I do love Blade Assault, which you may have seen me play on uploaded on our YouTube page. And the newest character Darcy's came out as an update, so I played that. It was from a live stream, so it's pretty crazy of the effect I got going on with that. And yeah. I also like Ancient Abyss. That's a pretty good roguelike game, and I've been playing that a bit. But there's a lot of roguelikes I've been playing lately. But there's more I'm looking forward to in the future, if anything. Simply because all the roguelikes I played, I've kind of beaten them and played them a bunch, so I'm just looking forward to the future updates. Like I'm looking forward.
I'm quite similar in that I've finished the games. Like the roguelike type player. Binding of Isaac, I haven't played the latest expansion, but the game, everything before that, I've finished. Hades, I'm in the epilogue. I've finished the main game. I've just started Returnal. Enter the Gungeon. Enter the Gungeon's the only one I've not really beaten much of because I've only ever got to the dragon once, and it killed me instantly, and I've just never went back.
Yeah, Enter the Gungeon is pretty brutal, but there's a lot of things about Enter the Gungeon. I feel like Enter the Gungeon cheats the roguelite because it's really a roguelite because the upgrades don't really matter as much because all it does is add to the pool. So every time you spend your bucks to get more weapons or relics for the dungeon, right? It just drops.
You get more. If you buy something outside, you can buy stuff outside of the dungeon, but it just puts it in the pool. Yeah, you can't. You can't get modifications or anything.
Exactly.
Whereas with Hades, when you finish your run, you can go to your mirror and you can get permanent upgrades, which is why the game, for me at least, is sufficiently easier because I can die 4 times right now. I can just die 4 times and come back.
Exactly, and the game. Oh, by the way, this sword I'm gonna skip explaining it, but I'm getting the sword. It's speed and it gives burn damage. It adds more speed and gives burn damage. Your attacks burn enemies. I'm gonna give that to the ice mage.
Seems ironic that you're giving the fire to the ice mage.
Oh, because you want 2 effects stacking at once. In this game, you want to stack the most effects consistently rather than try to be one singular thing. So the choice is:
that makes sense.
You want to go to the ruins or you want to go to the event?
Let's see what the event is.
All right, let's see the event. So, pointing it out, yeah, and that's what a roguelike does. The thing, though, is this is not an insult to roguelites. This is actually a critique. Roguelike games, their weakness is that once you unlock all the compatibles and you can beat the game without thinking, there's no point in playing it ever again unless they add more content to it.
I will go back to Hades to try and be the epilogue, but right now I have no purpose to go back to Hades. I love the game, but I don't really need more of it right now, which is why I've moved over to Eternal. And Eternal, I've not beat the first biome yet, so I'll be on that for a while before I move back to Hades, back to Enter the Gungeon, maybe back to Binding of Isaac eventually.
Yeah, there's a couple of roguelikes I could mention you might like to try out. Like, have you tried the card genre roguelikes, such as Slay the Spire, Griftlands?
I have heard. I believe Slay the Spire. Slay the Spire is on my list. I haven't. It's not something. So it's not something I've ever been interested in personally. But when I saw people playing it, and I thought there'd be I was like there'd be no harm in trying it.
Yeah.
But I just need to find the time. With everything that's releasing over the next. The rest of the year, there's so much coming out, there's so many big games, that finding the time for the littler games is getting harder and harder.
Yeah, exactly. I feel that way too. I feel that way. I feel that way 150%. Because we just finished We just finished Gamescon. Oh, by the way, we've been stalling for here. So here's a choice of the event. We get an ability orb for everyone loses 4 attack. We destroy the altar, and we get a random ability upgraded, but we lose 10 morale, or we just run away and gain 5 speed. 5% speed.
I'll let you make this choice because you clearly understand it more than me. What would you do?
All right, so let's be honest. I'm going to take the orb. 4 attack is fine because you can get that from things. Now this is an ability orb. It upgrades abilities. The bottom skill, like that, the trick shot's an ability. Frostbite is an ability. Aegis is an ability. So I'm going to be focusing on. I don't really care about. Don't care about your ability. Your ability, trick shot. It just hits. It's an AOE attack. I guess giving all these guys ability triggers are not really. I recommend that great. Like maybe getting more shield be pretty nice. It can help the fourth. I guess we get another character. So yeah, boom. I'll take that. All right. So basically, yeah, there's tons of games coming out, and we recently just finished Gamescon. Oh, by the way, the only path we can go now is up, so we have to go to this event here.
Right, let's do it. Yeah, Gamescom finished recently, and it was busy. There was a lot of game announcements. There's a lot of stuff in there that I'm interested in. There's a lot of stuff that I wasn't, and I won't be going into depth with it now. That's for a special. That's for something later. But it's just like the showcase, the opening night live showcase showed off new Saints Row, a new Marvel game. It showed off Halo. It showed off so much that I'm just like, I need to play these before I move on to smaller games like the Spire. And it's just finding time between writing, between doing YouTube, between everything else. It's finding the time.
Yeah, I feel like there's a couple of games I enjoyed from Gamescom. I mean, my take from Gamescom was that it was a really good event. Jeff Keighley is just amazing at curation. That's his best ability. He's probably very few people in the industry not do that very well. But yeah, before we continue back to talking about Gamescom and stuff, yeah, this is another event that is going to have a cost. We could get 2 ability orbs, but our morale loses to 1. We can gain 6 morale, but our active abilities cost go up by 2 MP. We could just ignore it. We gain 2 defenses permanently and lose 2 morale.
I think ignoring it is I definitely don't think it's smart to make our morale 1.
Yeah, so
it's the best case scenario here.
Yeah, because if anyone gets knocked out, it's over. So I'm just gonna ignore the decision and go to our shop, so I can show what a shop is. A shop is where you can buy items and upgrade. You can also, yeah, damn it. If I had enough money, I would be able to buy this, and this run would be over, but we can't. So you can buy things from a shop, and that's about it. So there's nothing to buy, nothing to sell, but yeah. So yeah, that's about it. Just go that way. All right. So you want to go to the cave, or you want to go to another event?
Let's go to another event. Let's see what that's all about. But yeah, Gamescom recently, like
Jeff
Keighley is probably one of the best hosts for these kind of events. I did think the second hour was kind of lacking compared to I think they
you keep getting screwed over, man. Keep picking these events, man. I'm not gonna guide your hand, but fighting gives us equipment, and we only have 2 equipments.
Oh yeah, fair.
So yeah. I'm gonna take
gain 5 morale and lose 5 gold.
Yeah, all these decisions yeah.
Right, let's go to a normal battle. But like they opened with Saints Row, they moved into Marvel's Midnight Suns, and they had a really good first hour, and then the second hour kind of slowed down for me.
Yeah.
It's still nothing as bad as the pre-show. That pre-show was.
The pre-show has some decent indie games, but that's about it.
They had some decent indie games, but in terms of like presentation, it felt soul-draining. It felt like it lasted longer than it did.
By the way, notice when we died, every person get knocked out, you lose morale. We won the fight in the end, but yeah. I'm just gonna choose the enchanters who get immune to burn. But yeah, in this game, I just want to give you a little heads up. Taking events is not what you want most of the time. Maybe sometimes you want to get fights. Fights get you equipment. Right. But also you want enough fights so you can fight this thing called an elite. An elite, when you beat an elite, you get an orb.
It's an elite something akin to a boss?
Yeah, it's like a mini boss. Yeah, you beat these mini bosses up, which is like whatever, and you gain orbs from them. Orbs upgrade abilities. So yeah.
And what happens when you? Is the screen the map? Is that map the entire map for like this run, or is
no? That's the map. That's just the map for this area of the run.
Right. How many biomes or like floors or whatever you want to call them? How many areas is
there? There are 4 maps essentially, because there's 1 to the final boss, so there's essentially 4. And yeah, I think we want this map. This is easy. GG's. This guy's just dead. There's not more he can really do to us. Alright, get wrecked. Okay, here we go. So we got some interesting choices. This is gonna be great. Every 3 times you attack, apply a frost and a burn. Gives you speed. Your attacks
definitely take the frost and the burn.
This one gives. This one's pretty amazing. This one says your attacks have 50% by frost and piercing. This one says increase your defense for every stack of frost. If this is probably awesome towards the end game, but right now we gotta get damage, so I'm gonna put this over here. And now I'm gonna give this to, yep, there we go. Cast a shield, so be more defensive. Gotta take that fight, and there we go. But yeah, I think it was an interesting event for what it done. I'm one of very few people not looking for the Saints Row. I'm not really a Saints Row, yeah.
I think I mean, I'm not a Saints Row fan at heart, but I've read the trailer they showed off wasn't good, but the news that came out afterwards and the gameplay trailer they released later, both really interest me. And like, if the thing is, I don't want to get excited for another open world game after Cyberpunk. I just don't want to dedicate myself to that. But if they pull it off, this could be really, really fun.
Yeah, that's true. By the way, I guess we're just frosting up, bro. We're Iceman now. Literally, because when he frosts, they flow equals wins. So I'm gonna take on this elite because I want some more orbs. And we're fighting Giant Spider. All right, so you notice those potions we picked up? We can just use a potion right here. Boom.
Need them?
Yeah, we can use them. And the potion now has silenced the Ruin for a couple of seconds, which give us more chances to fight. But yeah. This is, just chilling. This fight should be easy peasy.
I've never really played the auto battle genre. I've played some, but not all of the old Final Fantasies that have this kind of system.
So, I don't want to say Final Fantasy have it. So you haven't played an indie game, a Despot game, and I'm assuming you haven't played, something like Hearthstone's Battleground or Storybook Brawl.
I have not. I've just not played those kind of games. It's not something that I've ever. I think there's one I've played.
All right.
I can't think of it. No, there isn't actually. No, I've never played this kind of genre.
What about Teamfight? What about Teamfight Tactics? That's a popular one by League of Legends. That's all about it.
I can't say I have.
Wow. Oh, so also, would you like to see the true ending of the game?
Yeah, let's do it. Is that what the key's for?
Yep, that's what key is. Yep, you get the chip, get the key. And we get a passive orb. This orb, I'm going to give it to Iceman, because, look, now he applies 2 frost to an enemy and 1 to adjacent enemy. And then when you upgrade it one more time, all enemies get frozen. And we're just stacking frost all day, every day. So why don't we just stick with it?
Do you need multiple keys to get the true ending?
You need 3 keys. So that's 3 areas, yeah.
And are they all dropped by...
They can be...
various enemies?
Random. So, by the way, here's something cool. You can get an upgraded item, which I don't recommend. I say Intimidate, because we get we lose 7 morale, and I think we're in a good spot.
Yeah, I think we should do that. We're definitely in a good spot, and it's only the first biome.
Alright, and what got upgraded? Oh, we get an upgraded item. Ooh, these are really good. I'm gonna take this one. At the start of combat, gain 4 to gate, which is good. Yeah. Yep, and now his defense is just straight up 112. So hopefully, he'll live through everything and more. All right, so you want to take a battle or you want to take an event?
We've just had an event, so let's spice things up a bit and go for a battle.
Yeah, let's go to a battle and try to get our ranger some equipment. Our ranger has nothing going on, so yeah, negate. Get ready to block.
How many hours do you have in this game?
Roughly 80, I think. I have to double check. I have to double see. So I think I have only 30 hours in this game. I played a lot of it. I've been doing a lot of runs. Yeah, roughly 30. It looks like.
Have you been playing it this week, or have you been playing demos and stuff?
I've been playing a lot of the demos from Gamescom that was available to the Steam Fest, and ooh, that was not good. That was not a good fight. Instead of getting knocked out, this revives. I
thought all the games there. I was like, oh, were they bad?
No. I got knocked out. I just got my butt kicked. I just lost that fight. So the games I've been playing are I have uploaded to YouTube Wildcat Gun Machine, which is a twin stick bullet hell. I think the movement in that game's a little stiff and slow, but it is always improved. It's fun. I played Axotol, which looks like a fun arena shooter, but this game is it's more like alpha than beta, so it was a fun demo. It's interesting. The one game I did not enjoy as much I played it was Hordecore. Hordecore was this trying to be funny survival shooter game. It was like, But Jupiter's Moon's Mecha is something I'm looking forward to. You get to build a robot and a roguelike at the same time. That's going to be fun.
And are these demos still available for anybody who might be watching that wants to play them?
I believe they should be. They should be available. I think we moved most of them up. And there's a couple more demos I have yet to play, but I played off. I haven't put it up there. I've recently had a chance to play Despot's game has done an update. I recently had a chance to play, I believe, not Final Hero, what's it called? Battle Hero? I keep forgetting the name of these demos because so many of them came out. I just downloaded everything. Yeah, I'm sorry, Absolute Tactics, and I have played Absolute Tactics. I've also had a chance to play, I really have a chance to play Lord of the Parties and Mech Jammer. Those are the three I kind of want to play and put up there. I heard Skeleton Crew is okay, and so is Rogue Spirit. But those are like demos that came from Gamescom, and I was only able to like make a certain amount. But there's only so much hours in a day, you know.
At Gamescom, like, I mean, we've briefly touched on this, but what games from the event are you interested in? Like, personally, I've got to say Cult of the Lamb has my attention.
Yeah,
It
Cult
looks fantastic. It looks beautiful.
It's Devolver Digital. They always make Devolver Digital is a strange one. They run their entire thing as Twitter trolls. They troll in real life events, and they make great games. I mean, they publish great games, so I'm looking forward to that.
Devolver Digital are one of they are geek at what they do. They are second only in my mind to Annapurna. Annapurna make. They've had a few hits and misses here and there, but Annapurna make incredible games. But they don't do the Twitter side as much, whereas Devolver Digital just spends their time doing Twitter. The Devolver Digital streams, the showcases, have always been the most insane events I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah, because they just have no chill. I think they're actually kind of crazy. I'm gonna activate the potion here.
They don't care. They killed their lead actress on screen during an event.
Oh my god.
Nobody batted an eyelid. This was just after an Xbox event, and I can't imagine if they're like kids who are just like, we'll tune in. Like, definitely, I just think they don't care. I think they know that that's what we want to see. We after E3 and after everything spending ages.
Oh my god. I think, dude, we just got a legendary drop. I'm taking it. This gives you.
Devolver Digital are the best. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, they're the best at what they do. Yeah.
So this is a boss.
This is a boss. Yeah. By the way, if you lose to a boss, not an elite, you automatically lose the run.
Right. So the boss just kills you.
Yeah. I think we're doing good. The party's doing good so far. The turtle's going to take most of the damage. Oh, turtle's still alive. The only thing I would argue our party needs is a healer type or another DPS/tank, something that has self-sustain. Like in my mind, the parties I try to run is a healer, a DPS, or a ranged DPS or a tank. Like right now, you can see the paladin is doing so much work with the shields. Look at the little bar above them. The shields is crazy. It's like, yeah, you're not gonna kill me in time. We just have to.
When did this game release?
Last year I believe. And we won that.
It's not.
Oof, last year. All right. Your attacks, 3 seconds. Take 50%, heal everybody. 666. So we get 3 legendaries. This is interesting to take. I'm going to take the legendary that does this. It's because it has speed. I'm gonna give that to this guy, and then I'm gonna take somebody I can kind of heal or something. Let's see who has.
Can you? After each flood, you add a hero.
Yep, you do. After each wave, I would say map, you can add a hero. So there's 3 maps, you can add a total of 2, actually just 2 heroes. But yeah, you can add 5. The most heroes you can get is 5. So I'm trying to figure out another hero to add, and this is going to be difficult.
I'll let you pick this one because I picked the first 3, and I mean I think my choices are pretty. I picked one of them because it's also like a Final Fantasy character, so you can tell I'm well versed in what makes a good one.
All right, so. Your defense is 34, defense 25, defense 43. So I can't put you in the front, so that's probably a bad idea. What I'm going to do is get, let's see, 45 attack, 55 attack. Get debuff, get wrecked. Man, this is pretty difficult. Let's see. When a bard's up front, bard gains, I think the bard heals in the back, but up front they do bleed damage. This is pretty, This run's going to be pretty difficult to see up front. I kind of... Yeah, Nature's... He has 40 defense versus 23. So I'm going to put the Druid. Druid's kind of alright.
So you max out at 5 heroes. Is that because there's only...
No. No, I didn't max out 5 heroes. No, you can pick up a full run. Like, after this is map 3, you only pick 3 heroes, yeah. So you can have 5 heroes, yeah. So you have 5 people in total in your party. Like Final Fantasy. Let's see.
It always goes back to Final Fantasy somehow.
Somehow, yeah. Alright, so I'm kind of torn to upgrading people, so I'm gonna just give both of these to the Druid, because the Druid's our healer. Alright, now we gotta choose an upgrade, so we can get 2 more potions, 2 more potion slots, I'm sorry. No more enemies in events. We get 10% more gold, the merchant's just cheaper.
I'd say go for the cheaper merchant.
That's a good choice. That's one of the better choices.
That was a difficult one.
That was
yeah,
actually
go for the cheaper merchant.
Alright, so where you want to go to? The alleys,
Ooh.
the streets, or the slums? Or the sewer, sorry.
Let's go through the alleys this time. So, would you recommend this game to anybody who wants, would you recommend this game as an introduction to the genre, or would you recommend something more like Slay the Spire?
No, I would recommend this game as a way to get people to understand roguelikes and to play auto battlers. And this game, as you can see, though the stress doesn't hurt you as much because again, we're playing a level 5 version, so I've beaten the game 5 times plus. So
imagine auto battlers in and of itself is a less stressful genre because you yourself don't have to be in the fighting. It's not like you have to be good at combat to play an auto battler.
No, exactly. To be
good
good
at strategy.
Exactly.
That's it.
Like you have to understand, I would say, like how combat or things like that work in an auto battler.
I think you have to like basically just be able to read.
I would say read or have idea of positioning, etc., things like that.
So if you're dyslexic, maybe sit this one out.
Depends. I mean, the idea is like just read, but I guess like because there's some auto battlers that require that much, like Storybook Brawl, and there's a bunch. Like it's auto battlers as a genre, but it's kind of like sneaking up on people because a bunch of games that kind of do it, and they have mechanics of it, so it's there. There's tons of auto battle mobile games that people have been playing for years.
I did notice. I did realize that when we were talking about it earlier before we started recording that like the mobile genre, like I mean. To an extent, it's very much a lesser extent, but to an extent, all of the pay-to-win microtransaction like games, the ones that make you wait, they're kind of like auto battlers in that you have to you're not doing anything. The worst example of it, but they're kind of like it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's just like you log in, the thing does it for you. You're just sitting on the loo.
Something like an auto battler.
Yeah.
Actually requires like some semblance of skill, whereas. Something like any like pay-to-win game just requires money or credit card.
True. And I'm gonna give this to this, and then boom. All right. So I just want to explain the last decisions I made. I decided to go to the streets. I'm giving the Druid more defense. I also gave the Druid more defense, and the Cane gives it a shield in combat when it starts. So choices make right now. I'm feeling like I personally, my choice is to go to the elite. I'm gonna go do a lot of fights.
Let's make our way towards the elite, and we'll try and get the next key.
Yeah. Well, you get the keys from elite, or you can get it from random battle. You can even get it from shops.
So if you don't have enough money, what you're saying is if you don't have enough money, you're kind of not getting the true ending. Is the true ending something you have to unlock?
No, you don't. No. So. Sorry to cut you off. This is actually getting me excited. So the game did not have a true ending, and the developers just patched it in for free, so it's just there. And it looks like the Druid the Druid looks like the Druid is surviving, which I'm very happy for because I don't want my Druid to die.
I was wondering if it was something like Binding of Isaac or even Hades. Like Binding of Isaac requires you to play the game multiple times to get any form of a true ending. Binding of Isaac I believe it has 18 endings or maybe more at this stage, and all of them require you to do. All of them require you to do different things. You've got to beat them with different characters and so on. Is there anything like that with this? Do you unlock?
No.
Do you unlock anything? Or is it just completely random?
No. So the final boss is usually the same in this type of game, particularly like in Slay the Spire. The final boss, the true ending, we get all 3 keys. Is usually the spire is the heart. So, little spoiler there. Slay the Spire is like over 5+ years old. So that's the ending.
It's an old game.
It's an old game. So. That's the final boss is always the same. I'm gonna just leave that out. It's always defense. I'm just gonna get defense. I really don't care about stealing MP. Let's get this. Go to the
See what
shop.
the merchant has. Let's see if we can afford anything this time.
Yes, we can actually. We put a lot of things. I'll just look at.
What would you recommend getting? Obviously, don't take my advice because I know nothing about this game.
Okay, so the thing I would recommend getting is that first things first. If you at this point of the run, if you somehow got legendaries and really good legendaries, I recommend upgrading them. At least know what happens when you upgrade them. You can always just hit like left click to see if it upgrades. You know, upgrade like okay. Now, now I hit 6 random enemies to bleed. This one says now I can do frost, poison, and burn to everything in the room. So I'm going to take that. Bam. Are you trying to upgrade? And I'm trying to look for other equipment people need. At the start of combat, gain 15 frail attack and 50% frail speed. Frail reduces the value, multiple sets of frail. Basically, I'm going to get this. This is a good equipment to get. I'm going to give this to the druid. The druid already has frail ability, so that's already there. I'm going to make another upgrade. I'm thinking of making another upgrade choice, but I'm going to buy a potion. This right here, the Necrophagy, is an amazing gear. So it attacks and applies leech. So basically, leech is when anytime an opponent takes damage, the person gets healed, which is just amazing. Just amazing. There's no way to get around that.
I mean, any healing. What I find in games like this, healing is what you want most of the time.
Yeah, basically. And I'm gonna just do that for now. Right now, I'm selling all of my green equipment.
Would you call this game as tough as other games of the genre? Because like games like Hades and Binding of Isaac are difficult games if you're new to the show. If you're new, like Binding of Isaac, Binding of Isaac especially is reliant on the RNG. Otherwise, it's not exactly that difficult.
Yeah. I don't consider Hades difficult because dash is invincible in that game. That just saves your life. I'm sorry.
Yeah, so, no, if you get any boon that has deflection, you've probably already won the run.
Here's the thing. Here's the thing. If you get any boon that adds damage or time dots like Dionysus, Doom, Lightning, whatever, you win. And if you stack that, that's a set. Or you get multiple, you win.
I've had runs where you're doing consistent damage over a period of time, in addition to deflecting. So I've had runs where both my standard attacks and my dashes both deflect projectiles, while I've got also Dionysus doing damage over time.
Right. Like to me, Hades is a really balanced roguelike where the choices matter, but they're not particularly that matterful. Sometimes because all the gods are generally really strong. The only god I would consider crap tier would be Aphrodite, but even then,
if I see an Aphrodite option, I never go for it. It's because I don't value charm. Charm over it. If I want somebody like Demeter, that her cast is one of the strongest things in that game.
Yeah. But let me try to finish the point I make about even Aphrodite. So Aphrodite is only considered weak not because of charm, it's because she has weak and her abilities don't add particular damage per se. But it's like if you pair it with something else, it's still viable. Like, and the thing is that she has, in my mind, one of the best duo boons. Have you ever done a duo boon?
Yeah, I've done many duo boons.
So if she has great duo boons with combined other people, such as Dimitri, she has a good one, I believe, with Dionysus. So she has a lot of combo potential. So that's kind of her strength. But the point I'm getting at is that in Hades, the core of the game, the choices, I'd just say doesn't matter that much per se, because I never had particularly bad runs. So if I check my Hades file, I'll probably have still my win streak, for God's sakes. But
my win streak is currently at, I believe, 5. But the thing is, with Hades, with Aphrodite specifically, one of the main reasons I don't go for her is she doesn't do much against bosses because they're not mob encounters.
Right, but here's the thing. Like, if you focus on Aphrodite's ability for weak, getting weak is much better. Is the one you want. Because weakness decreases the attack. So if you take damage from them, you'll survive more.
I'll have to try her boons when I'm next on Hades. God knows, as I said earlier, God knows when that'll be. That could be months away at this stage. As I've started Returnal, that game's hard. Really hard, so...
Returnal has a lot more RNG, in my opinion, how it works, but that's just me. But yeah, in Hades, like I said, so the thing of Hades is that, like, how it works, from my playing it for, like, over 180 plus hours, is that the choices is not that significant because of, as we mentioned about a roguelike, is that you're upgrading your abilities so much that your passives just become insanely more powerful. and it depends which passive you kind of have a choice to choose. So if you're choosing passives based on the other side of the mirror, where you gain more damage based on different boons. So basically, let's just say she has an increased damage. And by the way, one of Aphrodite's great skills is increased damage to weakened enemies. So if you have a bunch of different boons, and then you have that plus weak damage, you apply weak, you're doing like an extra 40 to 60 X amount of damage insanely, just dumping damage. So that's the thing about Hades, that like the choices matters, but not as hardcore as it is. Where that, as we discussed in Isaac or even Slay Aspire, I enjoy Sequestri, you're just beholden to RNG, even though you're building a deck, whatever. You're just beholden to what happens to you. There's not much control to it. And by the way, you're fighting a giant rat king.
Away from Hades, we should probably discuss this game a little bit more. Have the developers ever done anything else of note?
Super Giant Games, no, they're not working on anything else. If you like Super Giant Games, you'll probably like Transistor, which
not Super Giant. The developers of Astronarch.
Astronarch, no. This game has launched, and they haven't mentioned any future plans for anything in a while. Is
this their first game?
I believe so. I can double check, but I believe it is their first game. So let me just give them a nice little check. Let's see, Dale Turner only. That's the only game they made.
Is that a studio or is that a one-man development team?
It lists as one dude.
Jesus.
Yep, it's one-man band, and Druid got knocked out, so I'm going to. Hey, this is pretty good. All right, so who's passive want to increase? Your passive, stay alive. Let's see. If your target has 3 frost and a burn, remove 3 frost to extend a burn by 6 damage. Hey, so you need a frost, huh? All right. I'm gonna take away the speed. Let's go. But it's like, so that's the way I feel like about that. It's like, to me, like Hades in my mind. Oh, free key. I'm not even explain it. It's free key.
That's 2 of 3, right? So we need 3 to get the true ending.
Yep, 3 to get the true end, the final boss. Yep.
Is the final boss part of the true ending?
Yeah. We'll fight a much harder enemy. But yeah. So the thing is, like, to me, if I was going to recommend roguelikes to people, I'll recommend this. I'll probably recommend Hades. A couple of roguelikes that I'm playing.
What's the best starter roguelike? If you've never played the genre before and you want to get into it, what's the best game for that? Would you say?
Oof, the best game for that would not be. I wouldn't recommend Rogue Legacy. I wouldn't recommend Binding of Isaac. A lot of
Isaac will lies in you understanding the genre to an extent. You don't need to know everything, but you need to understand that everything's random. You need to understand that you just need to understand that everything's random, and that you're not always going to have it right. I think if you want a light, I'd recommend.
Isaac teaches you memorization of things, which all roguelikes want you to do anyway. Every video game wants you to teach you some sort of memorization. The roguelikes I would recommend, or roguelites, I would recommend people to try out, at least on their first couple of tries, or at least have an idea, is depending what you want to play as. Like, what type of game you're looking for. If you're looking for something a little more shooter and chaotic, I would recommend Risk of Rain. You don't even know to have much memory to play Risk of Rain. You could just have a good time.
I'd recommend, personally, if you want something more shooty, I don't know, isn't the like the technical term. If you want something that's more of a shooter, go for something like Enter the Gungeon, but you'd have to understand that it will be hard to play, and you will not win for a while.
Yeah, I would also recommend.
Hades is probably a decent recommendation.
Yeah, Hades is decent. I would recommend, if you like Metroidvania type games, I would recommend Foregone or Dead Cells. They're both very similar in aesthetic. If you like that,
Dead Cells is something I can vouch for. I've played a lot of Dead Cells. Just a great game all around.
I personally enjoy Foregone more than Dead Cells, but yeah, they're both pretty good. Those both games I recommend. If you're looking for much more of a slower paced game that has a lot more incisions to makings, I recommend Astronarch. It's in there. And there's a bunch of other roguelikes that I've played are interesting, but I can't talk about them because they're currently in early access, and I don't know how people feel about playing a game that's still,
Returnal is an example of a AAA game of this, like, of that. I hate the term, but it is an example of a AAA game of like this kind of genre. So if you're really wanting to get into it, but you're not too sure about you don't want to go for something like Astronarch, or something like, or anything on Steam, because you don't quite know the quality, then you could go for something like Returnal, because you can vouch for it through, because there's so many reviews, and
Yeah,
I mean,
I personally want to vouch Returnal because that's an investment, and there's a bunch of other games that cost less to get your feet wet if you don't like
it
it or
is
not.
expensive, but it depends on if you want something that a lot of you got to keep in mind, a lot of these games will last you 20 to 30. I mean, I have 200 hours in Binding of Isaac, and that's how much it took me
Yeah, but
to
Binding of
get
Isaac
the
costs
basics
like
done.
Binding of Isaac costs between like $10 to $15 without a sale, of course.
I mean, currently in where I'm in the UK, it's 25. It's £25 for the game with the DLC. But if you want, I mean, how much is Slay the Spire? I mean, if you want to play Slay the Spire, it's on PS Now right now. It's on now until December this year, so you can go play it free or for whatever the fee is where you are.
Yeah, the reason why, like I said, I talk differently about it's like because it's like the reason why I enjoy roguelikes or etc. because the cost of playing these games are a little bit on the lower side, so it doesn't make you have to be infringed. Like there's also
like
there's
your cost to. I'm sorry for interrupting you, but your cost to your sunk cost fallacy compared to the amount of time you'll get in the game.
right, and you can
Is
quit, and you
quite
can
insane.
and you can quit the game if you beat it or not. I mean, there's even that. I mean, for example, single play. Like there's a roguelike game what I enjoy called Wizard of Legend. Wizard of Legend's an action spellcaster roguelike game, and I've yet to beat that game. I've only beaten like every time I get to like the third god, I just roll bad. I'm not very lucky, but it's like I haven't beaten that game, and I still enjoyed it for like the $10 I spent on it. So it's
I've not once ever heard of a roguelike game finishing in under 15 hours.
well, like I said, unless you're speed running.
Although, yeah, the thing is, this stuff also, like, the faster, the better you are, the faster you will go.
Yeah.
Yeah, although that doesn't seem to be the case with Astronarch, because it is an auto battler.
Yeah, you can also speed it up, etc. But yeah, let me get this elite. But like I said, the thing is, like, I feel like I don't the trip, like, and even then, I wouldn't recommend Returnal to people because that's a roguelite, roguelite, and roguelites are much more slightly more RNG based. Yes, some roguelites have predetermined battles where certain bosses happen all the time, etc., etc. But you're still beholden to RNG and Returnal when it comes to how much the guns or the artifact abilities you get. So you gotta hold that. You gotta. Well, one may say you may hold that shit. I rather not recommend that to people. That's why I recommend roguelikes to people to sort of like Hades is one I recommend to people. I would recommend. Let me see. I would even recommend if you are okay with like different type of movement. I would recommend Children of Morta. Children of Morta has some abilities where you can basically. Oh, I also recommend Moonlighter. Moonlighter is amazing. Moonlighter is a combination of like merchant simulator and Zelda type roguelike. So you're in a dungeon, you're a merchant, you win, die, decide leave. You can sell your product to buy better product or to make equipment. So you're just generally getting better.
Under like the genres, what would you mentioned Zelda? It got me thinking. What would Crypto the Necrodancer class as? Is that any of them, or is it more?
Crypto Necrodancer is I want to say is a roguelite, but it's more of a rhythm based one. That one's insane.
Yeah,
I'm not a rhythm man, but people have good rhythm. That's their jam. So
my experience with rhythm, it comes from my days, my younger days playing Rock Band and the like. But I put time. Crypto the Necrodancer was free a while back.
Yeah.
So I put a bit of time into it, and I can't say I'm any good at it.
It happens, my friend. It happens. And look at that. We have a fully upgraded druid. A druid now heals to 45%. It has 120 frail plus an extra 30 frail. So that's a lot. Our druid is gonna be slightly. Our druid is slightly tanky with 89 defense, so we should be a-okay for now. I'm going to. I hope we win this fight. I don't think we're going to lose. I feel very confident about this fight. Oh no, we got moved. We got shuffled. It's okay. Yeah, this fight's. Yeah, the guy should be dead.
Is that a shark with a knife?
That's a shark. Yeah, that's an aardvark with a knife. That's a shark with a bottle. I don't think anybody's near death, and we won that. Nice. GG's.
I feel like I didn't realize the Suicide Squad looked like this, but.
Yeah. Oh boy. Let me put this. You get 3 bottles. Put this bottle over here, and then went to the boss. But generally, yeah.
This is the second of 3 bosses, is it?
The second of 3. Yeah. Didn't take it to the ending, but yeah. This is the Executioner. We're pretty. Yeah, this run is pretty confident. It's working pretty well. The final act is insanely can be a gut wrencher.
In terms of it being sad, or in terms of it being incredibly difficult?
Difficult because it just kind of ramps up. And the thing is to talk about that is that some roguelites or roguelites just have insane difficulty spikes, so you just have to hold that. Like like Enter the Gungeon, you get Bullet Bill, what an easy damn boss, but then you have to fight the throne guy. Oh Jesus, what the hell, you know?
Enter the Gungeon. If you get, so in my personal experience, the best bosses you can get, the first one, if you get Bullet Bill, or the Bullet Bills, or if you get anything to do with if you're the bird, you're fine.
Yeah.
But if you get the guy like in the chair,
The throne
you
room,
deal with
yeah.
so much. He throws stuff at you. You got to deal with so much. But it's the later floors that kick me. Just kick me. Like the fact that you've got to it's the fact like you've got the mind flare, or you've got what the other one is? I think it's a door, and it's so difficult. Like each of them is incredibly hard, but the difficulty doesn't slowly ramp up, it just goes up.
Yeah, it just spikes pretty crazy. Something gives you that. So that's another thing if you're playing these games. As much as I'm a huge fan of them, that's a thing to just be aware of. And by the way, I'm picking the demon because the demon can revive himself, the fiend, so he can revive himself and he can get more equipment. So yeah. So what I'm gonna do is, let's see. The demon has a good. Yeah, he has a good passive. I'm feeling. You know what? For passive, I'm gonna. I don't really care for the ranger's passive that much. I really don't. I'm just gonna give it to the paladin. Let's see. Get attack. Get this. And let's get this. Yeah, let's get this for now. All these equipment kind of suck. So let's make haste. Okay. Normal enemies can't be found. 20 piercing damage, 10% more gold, double effective potions. I'm gonna go for piercing damage.
Go for the piercing damage. I mean, in any circumstance, I think piercing damage would be what you want.
Yeah. By the way,
I've got to ask: does this game have a story, or is it more like a vague outline?
There's a story. I'm skipping it because the story essentially is that person in purple there is telling you that the Astronarch is coming and destroy us all, and each time you get 30, it tells you more of the legacy, what's happening. So if we don't, I'll spoil it. If we get the truth, I'll tell you more about it. If we lose the run, I'll spoil it because then I'll put spoilers in there. So yeah.
Yeah, it's probably best to warn our viewers before we spoil anything.
Yeah. Spoiler for a year-old indie game.
You know how people get with spoilers, though.
Yeah. Don't worry, we're gonna spoil. Yeah, all this, on doing casual.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna spoil Harry Potter, but did you know Dumbledore dies?
Yeah, I didn't know that. You know what's crazy? In Marvel, What If? Oh, I'm sorry, can't do that. That actually gets us in trouble.
That will get us into trouble.
That will get us.
Speaking of Marvel, What If? What have you been thinking about it? That's completely off topic.
No, it's a good.
What have you been thinking about it?
It's a good show. I enjoy it. No spoilers, because, but I enjoy it for what it is. It reminds me of a lot of the fun of as a comic person back in the day.
Yeah, I'm a comic person as well. I get what you're saying about it. It reminds me of like the wacky zaniness of What If comics.
Exactly. And
I don't have to. It's not like because with DC they have Elseworlds, but the Elseworlds always set up their own world, and I have to deal with like it's like what if Batman killed, and then they spend about 3 issues setting up like this really dark, upsetting world where Batman's just murdering people. Whereas What If just goes, okay, but what if this was this, and there you go, and that's it.
That's it.
I think with the recent episode, it's like 20 minutes. It's like 30 minutes of this world. That's all you. That's what you get.
True. And the problem with DC is that they create so much alternate realities, they never commit to it. They never really kind of commit to the multiverse inconsistency. But that's a whole different argument about DC.
Even now in the comics, they are not doing that.
No,
I'm looking forward to tomorrow's episode. Without any spoilers, I believe tomorrow's episode is about Doctor Strange.
Yeah.
So, I think so far, I think there's definitely been low points. I wasn't a fan of the first episode. I really liked the second episode, and I liked the third episode, but I wasn't the biggest fan. But it's not. It's something I've been looking forward to for a while. But compared to like Loki, it hasn't got my attention as much.
Wow, Loki was very interesting as a show. I think what I liked to me, I know there are some people, at least in the Outerhaven, that did not like WandaVision or or Loki simply because it's big brain, but because those shows are big brain and done well, that's why I like it. So I'm going to just leave it as that.
WandaVision, I don't think stuck the landing, but I think everything leading up to the landing was perfect.
I think
Soldier, I thought was pretty average, but
Yeah,
Loki,
it was.
Loki was special for me.
Yeah, Loki was great.
Loki sold me on. Oh yeah, they can do it. They can just do this.
Yeah, this is
They
the
can
future.
they can do major stuff in the TV shows that will affect the movies,
Right.
without any question now.
Yeah, exactly. I feel like I said, from a tan standpoint, I think Marvel. Again, this is comics, blah blah blah. Guys, if you're a DC stan, get out the room. Marvel. Can,
I'm a huge DC fan, but even I'll admit they're not doing
no, no,
amazingly at the
no,
moment.
no, no. I'm a comic guy across the board. I read. I trust me. I can. If we ever talk off YouTube, boys, we're gonna turn into a podcast, something. I can show you like the collection of comics I have from various publishers and everything, and I read up this stuff. But the thing is, like DC currently is a headless chicken that doesn't know what they're doing and just does anything random. And I feel like Marvel has concrete plans when it comes to comics, TVs, and movies. And even if you're not a fan of a certain section, let's just say you don't give a flying F about the comics, you can watch TV shows and be fine. If you only care about the movies, you can just watch the movies and be fine. There is so much incentive to enjoy it at your pace, while DC doesn't have an idea what they're doing in general.
Yeah, DC, in terms of the movie division, DC are not doing as well. The movies are decent. The TV shows are actually better than the movies currently.
Yeah, the CW. Oh, you're talking about the CW. Yeah, the CW shows are fantastic.
All the CW shows are good, but like some of them are really going downhill. The Flash.
Oh, the Flash has been on for too long. It's having well, I always dislike the Arrow. The Arrow just outstayed its welcome. But yeah,
I wasn't a huge fan. I liked the final season, but like the Flash has been on for too long at this stage. The thing is, I wish the HBO Max would give them a bit bigger budget, like they've been doing with Superman always, because they can really deal with it.
By the way, for a while now, I have not been asking for your input. I've just been auto battling through. So this is why I like auto battle games. You can just enjoy life, you know. You can enjoy life. I do want to. I part of me wants to go to that. It doesn't. By the way, this choice doesn't matter because we still have to go to the shop to go to that guy. I'm just chasing elites. I'm just elite chasing. If I oh wait, you watch wrestling, right?
Yep.
All right, so technically speaking, I've been hunting elite. Just call me Frankie Kazarian. I'm the elite hunter, you know.
What do you think? What did you think of CM Punk's return?
Fantastic, actually. It really it added like, to me, for AEW, it opened the second door to them, a second wave, because now I feel the elite, particularly elite, I do count Cody as a member of the elite, has overstayed their welcome. I'm just tired. I don't care about Kenny. I mean, I can't like Kenny. I like the Bucks. I'm just tired of them. Just at top of the card. We need some new faces, and CM Punk could be that push to new faces being on top, from like Darby. We could get MJF. We can get Adam Page, because I don't like.
If they get Adam Cole, I will lose my mind.
Baby. He still, he owns his wrestling name, so there's nothing to worry about if something happens. Just want you to know that.
Because isn't Adam Cole his actual name?
No, his real name, breaking kayfabe, is Austin Jenkins.
Oh, so, oh God, I hope to God they don't.
No,
I can't imagine here
no,
doing anything except for Adam Cole, baby.
No. See, here's the thing, right? He owned his Adam Cole name and kept it from the Indies and moved it to NXT. He was Adam Cole in Ring of Honor. He was Adam Cole in New Japan. He owns that name. So NXT let him keep it because you're such a. I mean, let's be honest. He's a hot commodity.
He was huge on the indie scene.
Huge, yeah. And what made him even insane, even in NXT, he had people call like the reign of outside Undisputed Era. People call it the Adam Cole from like 2018 to roughly 2020. I could be wrong in my dates. Was just every takeover he done was a 5-star plus match. So this man
his matches got me back into wrestling.
Exactly.
I saw his matches. I saw the ladder match with him and like 5 other people who no longer in WWE. But I was like, oh, this is wrestling. This is what I love.
Exactly. He's got it. And Aljura took damage where he lost some morale, so I'm a little upset, but whatever. We have 52 morale, but I don't want to lose morale, you know? But by the way, I want you to look at the stats right here. The Ice Mage, Vivi, is carrying us in damage. Just carrying us in
damage, Jesus.
Abilities, burn damage, and poison damage. Damage taking, the Druid is taking more damage than the Paladin slightly. That's about it. And the Paladin is doing the healing, which is hilarious. But, it is what it is. But, yeah. But yeah, I feel like so if Adam, regardless if Adam Cole stays or goes, he's a hot commodity. I just think that from my point in WWE, even if he tries to move up to WrestleMania, I don't think he'll get a fair shake. Because remember,
I don't think he's going to. I don't trust the main roster with any NXT stuff. I'm terrified of when they take Gargano and Ciampa and permanently move them.
oh no, Tommaso Ciampa won't go. He actually said that if they make him go, he'll just end his contract.
Oh, thank God. But I think Gargano might do the same, simply because he's like they're in real life. Kayfabe, they are best friends.
Yeah.
So.
By the way, here comes the true ending.
Oh, we got the final key.
Yep, and they got the portal. We can sell the portal for cash. It's worth $200.
But we can sell the way to save the universe for a few £100, or we can save the universe.
Or we can save the universe. That's your choice. Yeah, your choice. Oh man. So right now I'm torn between decisions. So these are decisions, right? I want to buy this. Just read what it does.
It does. Start combat in every 5 seconds. That does sound pretty good.
Gain a shield equal to your defense. And I also want to upgrade. So I want to buy this. I will sell crap. But I'm like, who to give this to? Are we going to give it to the Druid or are we going to give it to Pally Boy?
I'd say we give it to the Druid.
Alright, then what do we drop? This legendary equip helps him. Do we drop the full plated armor? We don't drop this because Divine.
We drop the armor and we just risk it.
Okay, we drop the armor, and then I'm gonna go for upgrade. 300%. I'm gonna upgrade someone's legendary. I'm gonna upgrade every 2 times you attack. Hell yeah. I'm gonna sell some junk. So, but oh no, don't save selling universe. Let's see what happens when we upgrade this weapon right here. Upgrade this weapon. You gain a shield equal to your attack. Yeah, that's good. And that's about it. I'm gonna keep the potion. I'm gonna keep the potions because potion good. Actually, go for one more upgrade. What do you think we should upgrade? Which character do you think we should upgrade?
Actually, I think we should upgrade. I think we should upgrade Vivi because the amount of damage. I just want to see the damage go up.
You want to see?
I want to see it soar.
All right. So we're doing every time you attack, you get a burn. You apply frost and a burn.
That's so good.
Yeah, we're gonna go in there. All right, so we're gonna fight this elite and hope for the best. Based. But yeah, as a wrestling, it's like Tommaso Ciampa, and same thing with Johnny Gargano, or Johnny Wrestling. You may see him. My only complaint about Johnny Gargano is that no offense to him, he's not that great at promos, and he may not be the best when it comes to like something storyline. But his matches is amazing. He's a great effing worker. And he also made it his mission that if they try to force him onto main roster, he will leave. He would just not do it. So I think he's just fine down there. But the thing is, like, the problem with NXT, because AEW exists as well as here's a question for you, Ryan. Are you a fan? Do you watch Japanese wrestling, particularly New Japan Pro Wrestling?
I've seen some New Japan, but nothing recent.
Okay, so I'm a huge New Japan guy. New Japan has recently started their own program called New Japan Strong, which is like their version of NXT. Which most of the guys some of the guys in the New Japan Strong program are trained by the legendary Katsuyori Shibata. Please tell me you heard of Katsuyori Shibata.
I have.
Oh god, Katsuyori Shibata is a legend. He's like one of the best workers in Japan. He is a beast. I'll leave it that way. I'm going to the shop to see if I can afford an upgrade or another legendary. Your max JP in defense cannot be perceived. Okay, that's crap. Okay, so I'm going to sell something. I'm going to sell this potion, and then I'm going for an upgrade. I'm trying to figure out who I'm going to upgrade. Let's see. Let's see. Upgrade him. Upgrade the paladin. Upgrade him. Upgrade the paladin. Or upgrade the fiend. I don't really care so much about the ranger as much, so that's about it.
Yeah, I think I'd let you pick this one because we're in the final stretch, and I don't want it on my conscience if we mess up.
Yeah, don't worry. I'll blame you behind the. I'll blame you behind the scenes, like in my dying breath. It's like you fucked this up for me, wrong. I'm just kidding. Let me
No,
see.
there won't be another episode of doing casuals, is it?
Don't be like that. Would be doing casuals. Matt blames Ryan for everything. But yeah,
It's an episode where I just get cancelled.
just get constant. Like yeah, there's no more Ryan. I'm replacing you with Adam Cole, baby. Dun, dun, dun. Oh man. Let's see.
He's a gamer, so he might do it.
He might do it. Oh man. Speaking of Adam Cole gaming, man, that dude is a professional. When he found out that Bobby Fish got let go, he like
I saw that clip. He looked like he wanted to start sobbing, but he didn't. He kept his cool.
Yeah.
I couldn't respect that man more.
I know, but it hurts so bad because everyone loves Bobby Fish, man. He's a nice dude from Ring of Honor. He puts people over.
I mean, all of the
yeah,
Undisputed Era are incredible. They seem like amazing people.
Yeah.
But like, I can't imagine like it's stuff like the thing with WWE now is they have a lot of people in there that what's the best way to put it? They have a lot of people in WWE that are married to their partners. So
Yeah.
if one leaves, then the other's gonna leave, which means like you can't fire any of them.
Yeah.
You can't say if you want to get rid of Candice LeRae, you cannot do that because if you do that, then Johnny Gargano will walk, and then Tommaso Ciampa will also walk.
And then Candice LeRae, I'm assuming they're married. His wife will also walk. I don't know their relationship status.
And about to be the future, and about to be a mother. So.
Oh really? Congratulations to Mr. Gargano. Yeah, I didn't know that.
Johnny Gargano is going to be a father, which means he's going to be out of commission for a while anyway.
Right.
But it's like you can't. WWE's backed themselves into a corner here.
Yeah.
Where they can't. They really can't. Like release anybody. I mean, the fact that Charlotte is still on WWE is insane.
It's simply because I think her obligation and stuff. I
know that she's like very much. I mean, she's Ric Flair's daughter, which like that comes with a certain sense of weight. But
yeah.
Also, her husband is now in AEW, so it's like.
Whoa! They're married. I thought they were engaged, but hey, no. Oh, it's learn something new.
It's one or the other. It's
yeah.
one or the other. I believe they're married.
Okay.
Maybe that might be on the scene. I know that Seth Rollins and Becky Lynch got married.
Yeah. They
recently.
have, and they have a child in the way, or they had a child.
And they have it. Still have it. It didn't disappear.
Okay, yeah. I just want to say because Seth Rollins' storyline just disappeared so crazy, so I don't know what happened to the child. I swear, like
Seth Rollins' whole thing is quite just. Ugh.
Oh man.
Seth Rollins is. As a wrestler, I love him. As a person, I hear he's also like lovely, but also I remember when he did that whole stuff with the
Will Ospreay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't like Ospreay. I'm not gonna lie.
No, Ospreay's cool.
As a person, I don't like him.
Oh, you don't like Will Ospreay as a person? Interesting.
No, as a wrestler, he's fine, but as a person, I don't like that man.
Oh.
I heard about what he did to
Oh, the Me Too thing. Yeah, the British UK scene. Yeah, a lot of people.
Yeah, the British UK scene was hell. Like
yeah.
A lot of people, a lot of them are still working, which is annoying. But you know,
it's a
lot of them were dropped from.
Oh, that's yeah. That is a can of worms because of like just the legality and how certain that stuff work. But one thing to say this: F Money Scroll though. F him though. Seriously. F him. Yeah, that was. Yeah. F Money. I could say this. Yeah.
A lot. We'll move away from this. Is a very serious topic. We'll move away from it, but it was a whole can of worms.
Yeah, it was a can of worms.
To the game at this stage. Do you want to explain to the viewers what's happening on screen right now?
Yeah. So basically, we're towards the end. I have been upgrading characters to like the high end. Like right now, like the Fiend dying doesn't hurt us because when the Fiend dies, you don't lose morale. That's why I choose the Fiend. The Fiend's just great at that, and the Fiend can self-sustain itself by healing. This boss is gonna get wrecked. It's just seeing the Fiend revives himself, so we're fine. And boom. Okay, so
how tough on a scale of 1 to 10, how tough is the final boss?
You'll see. That's all I can say. You'll see. If you don't have some kind of instant wombo combo boss damage, it's gonna be Pain City. Be Pain Pecco. Alright, so I'm gonna have to activate a potion. So potion up. You have no MP. And But basically, but the thing though is yeah, Seth, like, I'm not gonna jump up, but something about Seth Rollins though, it's just that, yeah, it just sucks how he just interacts with people. It's just kind of crappy.
Yeah,
I just feel
I mean, some of them are like, some of it's heel work, but obviously some of it must be real.
yeah, it just comes off as like really crappy, and it just hurts. And by the way, the Fiend just came back. He's healed. Everything's fine. You have nothing to worry about. Rip King. Dip. Hey, every 9 times you attack. What's your speed? 22.8, 43. You know what? I don't even care. I'm taking my money. All right, so I'm gonna put this here. What's this? Let's make haste. Get the final buffs. And then I'm going to... who has active ability I don't never use? At least you kind of stun, I guess. Sure. Stun, whatever. Yeah. So, here we go. Random merchant. Get some upgrades. So let's see how much money I got. I got enough money for one more upgrade. I'm going to... upgrade to keep you alive. I'm going to upgrade to keep you alive. I'm going to... Oh, this... By the way, this is the item I wanted from earlier. So, Avalanche. Just, yeah, this is just an amazing ability. This is an amazing item.
Oh, so you're definitely going to get that item then?
Yeah. But I'm kind of torn right now since we have this. We extend burn damage. But at the same time, as applying 10 frost and do 350 damage is pretty sick. So I'm going to go for that. I'm going to get that. I'm going to... if you're talking, I have 3 bosses. Actually, I can give this to somebody else. So I'm going to give this to you. I'm going to sell this. I'm going to sell this. Alright, I have enough. Let's just upgrade this once. Boom. 700% damage ice. Alright, final battle. Let's go. Let me put this over here. And auto battle begin. So this is the first half of the final boss. So you're fighting tentacles, but watch when you kill the tentacles, just watch what happens. It becomes like a joke. But
Right, I'm watching.
Oh wait, have you seen the recent episode of Monday Night Raw, which was like 8:30?
I haven't. I don't really watch the weekly shows.
No, I don't as well.
Anymore.
Not as much. So basically, what happened was Nia Jax dropped Charlotte Flair on her head.
Nia Jax needs to be fired.
It's not.
She's injured like 5 people on that roster.
Yeah. The crappy part about it is people trying to say, oh, there was shooting, it was a shoot. It doesn't matter. It was a bad match. And what made the match even worse is like what I didn't like is how some fans were defending it or like trying to casually and like, okay, this is not a knock.
Broke Becky Lynch's nose. I mean, sure, that led to everything that's going on with her. The big push.
Right.
But she still broke a woman's nose.
Yeah, exactly. By the way, this is the final boss. This is who we're fighting. Look at his HP, 11,000. Let's go. By the way,
good luck.
He gets every element you've ever seen. Like I said, let's go. And we summoned...
Imagine when you get to this boss for like the first time, he basically just clicks his fingers and everybody's dead.
In one turn, yeah. You really have to be able to... You must be stacking the damage. That's all I gotta say. And you'd be willing to use potions, so I'm using a potion now. This is the heal potion. I think we got this. This fight's winnable. Even if he, like I said, he kills the Fiend will come back. You know, Bray Wyatt always comes back. Haha. No, but it's just like, in my opinion, though, about Nia Jax, it's like, I really do feel like she's just kind of unsafe, and I just don't feel comfortable with the idea, like she gave Kairi Sane a concussion. I'm sorry. What else can we say, you know? And I think we won this. Yeah, we won this match. Yep.
We won our first one. But yeah, Nia Jax needs sending back to the training center.
Training center, whatever. And by the way, I unlocked the Fallen. I just unlocked the Fallen. And look, this run took us an hour because we were chilling. But yeah, we had a 74% flawless rate. We only lost 1 fight, and we won 8. We just won 34 battles.
What is the Fallen?
The Fallen's the newest class, and we'll probably
It sounds a lot like the Lost from Binding of Isaac.
Yeah, a little bit.
One hit, one dead. Well, you're dead, but I doubt it's exactly that because I mean, after watching you play this game for an hour, I can say that you'll probably get hit in the first room.
Yeah. So basically, how do you feel? So now you've seen Astronarch and a run. I got Corruption 6. You know, shout outs to the skills. How do you feel about this game? Would you be interested in playing a rogue like this?
I'd be interested in playing this. I'm not. It wouldn't be something I've dedicated time to. It'd be the kind of game like I'd have on in like for half an hour or an hour. I'd do a run. I'd do a run one day and then I'd not think about it for a few more days. Then I'd go back to it. But it's definitely something I'd be interested in trying.
Cool, cool. All right, so that is Matt. This is myself, Matt, and Ryan signing up for doing casuals. Hope you guys enjoy the conversations from wrestling to roguelikes, things like to Gamescon.
We've went
and
everywhere
comics.
this week, man. We've went everywhere this week.
Yeah,
I
we
don't
did
know how we got where we were, but we did. This wasn't even on. A little secret for you behind the scenes. There's a topic sheet we have. Wrestling was very much not on that list.
No. It's something that we just casually, we just know we're doing. We're casuals. We're just having a casual conversation, doing stuff. But
What
yeah,
we do, isn't it? It's what we do.
that's what we do. But yeah, thanks again for signing up. And if you guys like the video, please subscribe to the channel, and give it a like up. And if you also have time, check the description below to follow us on various social medias. And that will be all. See you guys next time. And thank you guys for coming out.
Catch you next week.